Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So let's start. I will now share my screen. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about, gumagana ba? Okay, I'm going to talk about technologies in teaching and learning. And the first technology that I would like to talk about is Slido. Slido, if you go to www.sli.do, is a Q&A and polling platform for live or remote meetings, events, classes, and webinars. Maybe you have used this before with the other resource person, and we will be using this a lot today. So if you can do it, please join as a participant in in Slido. So visit Slido and then input the event code. And let's try to answer this just for 1 minute. I just want to, before we start, just an icebreaker for everyone. Please join Slido and answer this. Okay, let's make it 2 minutes because maybe you need more time to to check it out. And also put in the chat if you have problems accessing the Slido site. Okay, the timer is error. Bakit nag-error? Oh, so it's not working? Really? Slido.com. Let's check from my phone. 162. Sorry about that. Looks like everyone's experiencing the same error. To check. Wait lang. Tingnan natin. Need ng SSO. Why do we need SSO here? Interesting. One. What's the code? 1622187. Slido.com. I'll stop my share muna ha. Oh, I see. Sige. Sorry for this error. I would like to fix it before we begin with the others. Try ko lang. Settings. Okay then. Maybe we should not use this anymore. Okay, let's not use Slido anymore because it seems like this license does not allow us to use it without logging in. This is a okay. Sorry, no, kasi it's a bit complicated. This is a license, maybe meant just for classes within the university and not for audiences. Sorry that you were that I tested this first with you guys. So let's just not use this and proceed with our. You can try to use Slido sometime. Uh, just download, just use a different the free license because this has a different license, I think. Anyway, let's go back to our topic. This is just one tool that we are using, and let's not use it anymore for now. Okay, so back to this one. Here, here. Okay, okay. So let's just start. We will be talking about technologies in teaching and learning. Technologies are advancements and tools that we use to achieve a goal. It could be anything as simple as pen and paper or analog technologies, or also digital technologies such as our computers and software, hardware, and the internet. We've been using this a lot, especially in the past year, because we have to take advantage of the technology that we have to help us in our teaching and learning. But let us be reminded that when using technologies for teaching and learning, first, the focus should be on pedagogy and learning rather than the technology. So that failure earlier was is a very good example. If we focus on the technology, like I was so dependent on that. If I were dependent solely on that Slido platform, then I would not be able to deliver a lecture today because I can't make it work. Because technology will somehow, one way or another, fail. But we should focus on our pedagogy of the classes that we design instead of the technology. The technology is just there to help us, but it should not be the focus. Second, all tools require skills, experience, and the expertise of the teacher. So me, I also need to try out new tools, and it really requires skills. We need to be patient in the use of tools and technologies to support remote teaching and learning. I hope that we will be patient in studying. Right now, what I want to do is really fix that Slido, but I should not do that because it's not in our agenda. And we need to discuss other things, such as the following. First, I will talk about lectures or the technologies for preparing or conducting lectures. And the second, discussions, technologies for facilitating discussions, quizzes and assignments, or technologies for facilitating quizzes and assignments, and lastly, learning management systems. I have another slide again at Slido. And the question is, what technologies did you use when classes were held face to face? But instead of Slido, can you please type your answers in our chat box instead? I just want to know, like, what technologies you've been using for your before the pandemic. Yeah. So we have here simple slideshows. Yes, thanks for your answers. Let's keep them coming for about a minute. Kahoot. Interesting. Mm, nice. Wow. Mhm. Yes. Hmm. I see. Okay, thank you for your answers. I see that we've been using technology a lot even before classes were held online, and PowerPoint or slides um, is a very common. Is very common, I think. Sim, yeah, I think even when I was still in high university, PowerPoint has already been is being used already for our classes. But yes, my favorite is still the chalkboard, whiteboard, and the marker. Okay, so I'll continue now. Lectures nowadays are done asynchronously and synchronously. So for asynchronous lectures, we have to prepare slides, handouts, or recorded videos, podcasts, or ebooks. In UPOU, we have asynchronous, most of our classes are held asynchronously. So we create the learning materials or these slides, handouts, recorded videos, and podcasts and ebooks and post them in a learning management system. But you can also do it synchronously. And to do it synchronously, we need a networking or communications tool such as Zoom, Google Meet, MS Teams, Skype, or Messenger Rooms to to connect all the participants at the same time and show them the content that we created. So for the synchronous, we also need the content which is made which can be done posted asynchronously, and then in addition we need the technologies um, for communication technologies to connect everyone. So for slides, we use Microsoft PowerPoint, Google Slides. For handouts, we can use a Microsoft Word. For recorded videos, we can use Zoom, OBS, QuickTime. Podcasts, we can also use QuickTime or your voice recorder. And for ebooks, we can use a software called Kotobi. Maybe some of you are already familiar with all of these or some of these, but I would like to show you some tutorials. So as introduction on how we can do some things using PowerPoint, like first the screen recording using PowerPoint, or adding narration in your PowerPoint presentation, voice recording using your smartphone, or recording a video lecture using Zoom, and Kotobi Quick Guide for making ebooks. These are tutorials created already by our Multimedia Center in UPOU and shared at networks at upou.edu.ph. but I picked some that I thought would be useful for this session. And so I'll show you maybe four videos. Oh, sorry, how much? Five videos for now. Okay, so first let's see the screen recording using PowerPoint.
PowerPoint has a feature that allows you to record or capture your computer's screen activity. In this video, you shall learn how to record or to do screen capturing using PowerPoint. The first step is to click on the Insert tab. Then, click on the Screen Recording button. The Control Dock appears. On the Control Dock, you can choose to include or exclude the recording of the audio and the pointer. The default setting is for both to be recorded. If you wish to exclude them from recording the audio and the pointer, click on the audio button and the record pointer. To start recording the whole screen, click on the record button. If you want to record only a specific area of the screen, click on the select area button. Drag and select the area you wish to record, and then click the record button. Right after you have clicked on the record button, there is a 3-second countdown before the recording starts. To end the recording, move the pointer to the top edge of the screen. The control dock appears again, then click on the stop button. Right after you stop the recording, the video of the screen recording will be automatically inserted in a slide as part of your PowerPoint presentation. You can export the recording into an MP4 video. To do that, right-click on the recording and select Save Media As. Choose the location where you want to save the video, then click Save.
Okay. Okay, can you still see the screen, right? Okay. So there's a comment here. As experience in recording via PowerPoint, the downside is the time of saving of the recording. I see. Thanks for sharing that. That could be possible because PowerPoint uses a lot of resources in the computer, CPU. It uses a lot of CPU time. However, if you only have PowerPoint, at least you can already do that. And it's quite user-friendly. Okay, so next, so we have next, adding narration to our PowerPoint presentation. This is also very useful and very easy as well. Do this.
To your presentation, especially when you want minimal effort to explain your topics. This video will show you how to add narration to your PowerPoint presentation. Before we jump into the steps, you will need the following: your PowerPoint file and a microphone. You can use an external microphone or the internal microphone of your computer. Make sure your microphone is working. You can do that by checking your input settings. After making sure that the internal or external microphone is working properly, open your PowerPoint file and choose the slide where you want to put your narration. The first step is to click on the Insert tab. Then, click on the Audio button. Choose Record Audio. The record sound window will appear. Once you're done, click OK. A sound icon will appear. Drag the sound icon anywhere in the slide. Play and check your narration. During the presentation, click the sound icon to play the narration. If you don't want the sound icon to appear and if you want the narration to play automatically, go back to the editing view and click on the sound icon. Audio Tools menu appears on top. Select Playback. Choose Automatically, This makes the narration play automatically during presentation. Then, check the Hide During Show box to hide the sound icon. If you want your narration to be pre-recorded, you can use a third-party application to record your narration. Save your recordings where you can easily find them. To insert them in your PowerPoint presentation, click on the Insert tab, click on the Audio button, and select Audio on My PC. Locate your recordings, select them, and click Insert. The narration can be added per slide or continuous for the whole presentation. You can find those customizations on the Audio Tools menu.
So that's also a very useful feature of PowerPoint. Next, for creating podcasts, I found this very useful, using my smartphone, to record an audio lecture or a podcast.
Narrations are essential when creating educational videos. Fortunately, our smartphones can make recording of narrations easier. This video shall show you tips on recording narration using your smartphone. To record using your smartphone, you can use the pre-installed voice recording app. To have a good quality audio recording, check the following settings. Set the recording quality to medium or high. Choose WAV or MP3 as file format. This is to make the editing of the voice recording easier. Choose a quiet place where you can do your recording, but keep in mind that the place should not cause echoes. You can soundproof your area by closing the doors and windows and adding cloth to the gaps. Add drapes to your windows, place carpets on the floor, and add furniture around. This will help reduce the noise and echoes. Do not speak too close to the phone's microphone, as this may cause a popping or breathy sound. The recommended distance between your mouth and the microphone should be at least 3 inches. It is also suggested to wear a headset with a microphone, as this can help reduce the recording of background noise. It is also important to remember that we need to test our devices first, before recording the whole script.
Yep, those are very useful. I hope you can also try that if you haven't yet. And this now is again something that when recording video lectures, I used to use QuickTime for Mac OS or OBS. And those were quite complicated for me at first. Eventually, you learn how to do it. But using Zoom, which is actually for video conferencing, to record your video lecture is very intuitive. And here's a tutorial on how this could be done.
Zoom is a video conferencing tool that is used for online meetings, webinars, and online teaching. It can be used for free by anyone who has a basic account. This video shall show you how to record your lecture using Zoom. Firstly, log into Zoom. Before you start recording your lecture, check your settings. To do that, click on the Settings button. Then, choose Recording. You can now view the recording options. Put a check on the Optimize for Third-Party Video Editor. This will enhance the video quality, though the file size of the recording shall also increase. Determine the location in your computer where you can save your recording. The space should be large enough to store the recording. Next, check if your microphone and video are working properly. To do that, click on Audio to test your microphone. Click on the Test Mic button. Speak up and your voice shall be recorded and played back. If you can't hear anything, you might have to install an external microphone. To test your webcam, click on Video. You input here the settings for your webcam video. Put a check on the enabled HD box if you want a better video quality. If the webcam video is black, you might need to choose a different camera. Please note that the quality of the video also depends on the camera you shall use. If you're going to use other learning materials for your video lecture, open the files on your computer before you start recording. Now that you have everything ready, you may now record your video lecture. To begin, go to Zoom's home window and click on the New Meeting button. It will start a new meeting. The Join Audio prompt will appear. Click on the Join with Computer Audio button. Click the Record button. During the lecture video, you can show a learning material by utilizing the screen sharing feature. To do that, click on the Share Screen icon. Zoom will prompt you to choose which window you want to share. Choose Screen if you want all screen activity to be recorded. Choose Whiteboard if you want to write on the screen instead. Other options can be a folder, an application, or the learning material that you have opened earlier. After you have chosen what you want to share, click Share. There will be a green border which indicates what is being shared. You can still view the control dock if you move the pointer to the top edge of the screen. You can also pause or stop the recording. To do that, go to the control dock and click on the More icon, and then click on the Pause Recording or Stop Recording. If you are in the meeting window, click on the Pause or Stop button located at the upper left corner of the window or at the control dock. When you're finished, click on the End Meeting and then choose End Meeting for all. After that, Zoom will automatically save the recording into your computer. You can edit the video with a third-party video editor software afterwards. For more information on how to use Zoom, you can visit the Zoom official website.
Yeah, I hope you can try to do this as well. This is available. We can all do this as long as we have a Zoom account. Okay, next is Kotobi. I'm not sure if this is already a very popular. So I'll answer. Zoom is actually free. You have the basic plan, and with that, you can already do that video recording. Yeah. So next, I will show you how to create a simple ebooks using the Kotobi application. Kotobi is an authoring tool, and you just go to kotobi.com to download, to sign up, and get a free license. It's a basic license. With this, you can create ebooks that you can send to your students, and the students can read in their phones or any ebook reader. So when you sign up, the free license number will be emailed to you, and you just download and install Kotobi. Then when you open the Kotobi Author application, it looks just like a text writing tool or a blogging tool. So it's quite easy to use. So the tools there, the toolbar, you can see that it is just like Word or PowerPoint or Google Docs, I mean. And then on the left side, we create the chapters of our books and the book title, and just add whatever content that we want there. So I'm creating a book for Principles of Programming, and I'm creating the outline on the left side. Kotobi, yes, there is a free version of Kotobi. With this one that I'm using in the demo, this is free. All the things that I'm demonstrating right now are free, or they have the paid option, but you can use the free version as well. Yes. Okay, so now we have on the left side, I already created the title and so now I'm creating the content. just some sample content for the book. You can also add images in your book or whatever content that you want. Tables, equations as well, images, but still ng camera. Sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to add an image for my ebook. And I can also add questions that my students or our students can answer interactively. When they get the ebook, they can answer these questions. So for example, I'm gonna add this true or false question, and it will be added in my ebook. So this is, okay, there's a question, how does it differ with Nodma? I am not yet familiar with Nodma, so I will write that down and check it out as well. Nodma. So is Nodma also an ebook creator? Maybe it's very similar. Um, yes, I think you can publish your Kotobi ebook. I'm just not sure about um, the selling or the licensing issues regarding selling ebooks. Maybe that's a different. Oh, here, wait, sorry. Now I'm publishing it as an EPUB. You save as or export, and I published it as an EPUB, and now it's there. And I'm opening it using an ebook reader, and it would look like that. So just imagine that we actually wrote good content, then it will be nicer to read and you can answer the questions and the students can check out if their answers are, they can see whether the answers that they sent are correct. And then you can see the images. Then you can, yes, students need an app to open this, but there are free ebook apps, and also in your phone, in phones, there are built-in ebook applications. So that's it for Kotabi. I know that I'm quite bombarding with you with technologies here, but we need time to study all of these in detail. In our model classroom, I will provide you with more detailed tutorials so that you can explore more of these technologies. Because now we have limited time, and I'm just sharing the overview of these technologies or tools that we can use in teaching and learning. Okay, so yes, I'll just answer some. Yes, you can convert the ebook into a PDF, but if you convert it to a PDF, the interactivity will not be present anymore because PDF will be static. So the quizzes will not work anymore. Yeah, it can be integrated in the Canvas. You mean the Canvas learning management system? If yes, then the answer is also yes. You can post the ebook in Canvas and also in Google Classroom. Okay. Yes, definitely. The copy of the presentation. Unlimited publication. I'm not yet sure if it's unlimited. I have to check. We have to check the licensing. Yes, it can be in it. The output can be posted in the Blackboard LMS as well. Okay, so I will continue and maybe answer more questions later. Okay, so for creating lectures or conducting lectures, we discussed some um, some tools to create slides, handouts, recorded videos, podcasts, and ebooks. And then if we want to make our lectures synchronous, we need to use Zoom, Google Meet, MS Teams, Skype, or Messenger Rooms. Uh, I have a question here again at Slido. Really, this Slido made my day. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so I just want to ask you, what have you been using for for the past year for synchronous meetings or lectures? Zoom, Google Meet, MS Teams, Skype, Messenger. Yes, please type in the chat box. Thank you for answering. Mhm. Mm. I guess Zoom, Google Meet, and Messenger are really popular. Mm. And it seems interesting. Like Skype is not being used as much anymore. Previously, like maybe 10 years ago, Skype is the way to go for all these meetings. But now, at least in the Philippines, uh, Skype is not that popular anymore. And this is how technology just really changed over time. I still use Skype with my colleagues from the US, I think, but for my classes, my with my students, I also use Google Meet and Zoom Messenger. I've never tried Messenger. Yeah, yeah. So thank you very much for your feedback. You can also use those tools, Google Meet, Messenger, Zoom, for facilitating discussions. I, if you have classes wherein you would like live oral recitations or discussions, those tools can be used as well. I'm not sure if you do that. I don't think I've done that. Maybe just one-on-one oral exam. But for group discussions, we usually use forums in learning management systems. For example, in Moodle, in our course site, we use forums wherein we just post a discussion forum, and then the students answer and reply to each other. So this is for Moodle. Whoops. And this one is for Google Classroom. So a teacher can post something in Google Classroom, and the discussion can happen as the students and teacher comment on the post. So that's also one form of discussion. You can also do discussions in group messages. as in Messenger or emails, and even Zoom group chats. So yeah, so this is how we facilitate the discussions uh, using these tools. Now for quizzes and assignments, this is another thing, another features, some things that we need to do that we used to do by paper and pencil, not really pencil, paper and pen before, but now we have to do it online. And how do we do this? How do you administer um, how do you administer? So this was my next question. But how do you administer Testmos? Yeah, I heard that Moodle, Canvas, Edmodo. Usually through learning management systems, right? Google Forms. Google Forms is quite popular, but Google Forms quiz on Canvas. Yeah, through the learning management system. Mhm. That's right. And yeah, the tools that are commonly used are Google Forms, ClassMarker, Moodle quizzes, Canvas quizzes, or the quiz feature in the learning management system that you are using. Now, there are concerns with the online quizzes. First, the integrity of quizzes, right? Because it's online. And it's more difficult to answer questions that require students to draw images or diagrams. For example, I have a class wherein I want the students to draw trees, trees like graphs or network graphs. Not trees like not the live trees, but the something like like trees. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a tree. So in one of my classes, I need them to draw this, and it will be much easier if I just they have a pen and the paper to do it. But for online quizzes, some would have to use a PowerPoint or whatever drawing tool. Not everyone has the tablet to do this. Also in chemistry, how do you now or in whatever class wherein you have to draw something, it's quite hard. What we do with this, or what my other colleagues do with this, is that they post the question and then let the students draw the answers in on paper, and then ask the student to take a photo and upload the answer on the quiz. So it's quite more complicated, but for now that actually works. That you It's still easier for a student, especially when there's a time constraint. It's still easier for a student to draw the answers on paper versus drawing it in a computer. And so that's what we do. Let the students draw it on paper and ask them to take a photo and upload. Yeah. And so for objective questions, online quizzes are really good because they can be checked automatically, right? And this saves a lot of time, unlike when we have to check the papers one by one with the answer sheets. So I really like that objective questions can be checked automatically. Mm-hmm. Right. That's true. The what I'll try to answer some of the comments here. What is the best method of evaluation since in Google most evalu what do you mean most evaluation is not reliable? Because you can cheat in all online exams. It's really hard, right? Because online exams For example, in Google Forms, I heard that if you're really technical, you can see the answers. Um, you can see the answers. Do you want us to try that? I want to try that. If I can see a quiz in Google Forms, like you can view source to see the answers. Uh, I let me just try that for a while. I'll go to a quiz in Google Forms. Yes, through code. I will try to show you so that you know as well. Not 100%. Um, I'm opening a quiz. Okay, I'll share a different screen for now. Okay, so this is a quiz. And let's see if I can get a perfect score. If I can actually see the code. View, sorry, developer. Uh, Show page source. Can you see what's going on in my screen? When you right click it, there's a show page source. Sorry. Show page source. And here is the source. So if our students are really, so where is that? Where is the answer here? Disabled is checked. It's somewhere here. You just have the, if the students are really smart, then they can figure it out somehow, because the answer is probably or most likely here. That's what I heard from other colleagues. But I've never really tried. There. So don't use Google Forms if you can, because they can view the source, and if the students are really smart, they can check it here. Somewhere there. Okay, let's not figure it out right now. It's interesting it can be interesting, but yeah, it's somewhere there. Anyway, what I want to say is that it's really hard to control cheating in online exams. And there are many other technologies that we can use, like um, some have some use proctoring tools wherein you have to turn on your camera and the sessions are recorded. Um, and some use AI. Those are advanced tools uh, to identify whether the person is the same person, and they do that by keystrokes. Those are quite expensive technologies, but I've read that there are already existing technologies like that. I haven't used those um, AI proctors yet, but I've tried the proctoring in Moodle, the one wherein you can when you allow students camera to be recorded during a quiz. The problem is that uh, when students want to cheat, they will actually they can find a way to do so, and that's really hard for us to police. It's not just in quizzes, but also in assignments. Integrity of assignment submissions are also difficult. There are plagiarism detectors, online plagiarism detectors like Turnitin, that Grammarly as well. You can check the plagiarism there. But but we can only do so much, I think. And really, when a student is not honest, it's quite difficult. Yeah, it's really hard for me to answer what proper assessment can we use, which is valid and reliable, because we can try like the practical things that I do, and it's not even technology. It's like first I tell my students like if you cheat, but my students, by in context, my students are mostly graduate students. So again, I don't know if it's this is applicable for undergraduate students or even younger students. But in my class, for example, I have a disclaimer that if you cheat, I really don't care so much because it's your life, and I mean, I don't get anything if you cheat, but it's their choice. But if I catch them, then there will be penalties. I just give them zero if I catch them, and sometimes I even catch students even if I'm not really that strict, like plagiarism, and you can detect it somehow if you know the writing style of your student, and then suddenly she or he submits something that's different, or then you will have those instinct that is this actually from this student or not. But it's very hard to really determine this. It's an open problem, I think. And I also don't know how to I don't think that this can actually be solved by technology. Maybe what can solve this is like teaching our children or the next generation, to be honest. Yeah, it's hard. Anyway, it's not part of, sorry. Um, these are the tools or the technologies that we can use. It's not foolproof, and it's not it doesn't guarantee that the results, or that the students will do well with it, or that they will not cheat, but they can be used to administer these exams anyway. And also check out the chat box for everyone, because some of our colleagues here are sharing their insights there, and I believe that they are useful. I will read everything later because this will be helpful to me as well. Thanks for your input. Just keep them coming. Okay. So next, I will discuss learning management systems. Learning management system is a software or application or web-based technology used to plan, implement, and assess a specific learning process. A teacher can create and deliver content, monitor student participation, and assess student performance. On the other hand, students can access learning materials, interact with teachers and classmates, and perform learning activities. Examples of learning management systems are Google Classroom, Moodle, Canvas, Edmodo, Blackboard, Schoology, oh, double Blackboard here, and actually Facebook, kind of. Um, Facebook can actually be used as a learning management system or to set up an online classroom. Online classrooms, we can publish lectures, facilitate discussions, administer quizzes, post assignments. So my question for everyone is everyone using, who among you, I think that most of you are using learning management systems because it's quite difficult to do classes without them, right? um, do you what sorry what what is cookery? What is cookery? I'll answer it later. Let's talk about this later. My question is that um, what who among you has not used or is not using a learning management system in their classes? Is there anyone not using a learning management system? Oh, it became quiet. So I'm glad to know that everyone is using. Yeah, great. That's really great. Uh, but I would like to share this video that I found really useful on created again by our UPOU Multimedia Center on how to create an online classroom using Facebook. So Facebook is really useful because it's accessible and everyone has it and it does not require too much data. So here is the video that I would like to share.
Facebook is a social networking site developed in 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg while he was studying in Harvard University. Facebook enables one to communicate with friends and family members from across the world. But do you know that you can create your own online classroom using Facebook? In this video, we will show you how to create an online classroom using Facebook. First, log into your Facebook account. Click on Create, then choose Group. This window shall appear. Fill in the details about your class. In this sample, my class name is How to Convert Your Courses Online. Under Privacy Setting, choose Private. This way, only your students shall be able to access your classroom. In the Hide Group section, you have the option to make it visible or hidden. If you choose Visible, your group can be seen by anyone on Facebook. If hidden, the page shall be available only to the members of your class. It is suggested that you make your online classroom hidden. Click on Pin to shortcuts. This is to make it easier for you to see your class upon logging into your Facebook account. Then click on Create. Now, you will be directed to your groups or online classrooms landing page. To make this a virtual classroom, click the More button. This can be found under the cover picture of your page. Click on Edit Group Settings. Go to Group Type section. Click on Change. A dialog box shall appear. Then choose Social Learning. Save your page. You shall return to the Settings area. Under Sections, add Social Learning Units. This will enable your students to easily access the units of your class in the side tab of your page. Let us now further customize the online class page. Type in the description of your class in the description box. Under Landing tab, choose Units. This shall enable your students to see all the units once they enter your class and for you to have full control on the ordering of your units and your students' posts. You can also choose the page's color. Then under Membership, choose only admins and moderators for you to be able to control who are allowed to enter your online class. You can also control who can post in the Facebook class page. You may allow every member of the class to post anytime. You also have the option to screen who can and what to post. But to encourage more interactivity in the class, choose posting permissions for anyone in the group. When you're done, click on Save. After the changes have been saved, click on the name of the class page and you will return to the cover page of the class. Now, you're ready to put contents to your online class. Please be reminded that you need to set up the classroom first before inviting your students to join your class, and that only those who have Facebook accounts can join your class.
Okay, yes. Let's see the comments. Right, this Facebook is quite useful, right? I know that some teachers have been using this, and I've heard that it's easy to connect to with students using Facebook because some students or a lot of students are always on Facebook. For me, I'm not sure because I want to create boundaries between my personal Facebook. I only have one Facebook account, so it's quite. I use it for personal things, so I don't want to use it in my classes as well. But maybe it's okay if you have a, if you can if you're comfortable with that, or if you have different Facebook accounts. Yes. So that's it. We have finished that, and I've already asked this. Now we have activities. First is um, many of you are already using Moodle as your learning management system, and although some are using other learning management systems, I created classrooms for you in a test site, in examinations that site. Can you please check your email if you have received the credentials? I sent it yesterday. If you haven't, if you don't know your credentials yet, please search for an email from riamahb@gmail.com and try to log into examinations that site, and you will see your classroom there. I will share. Okay, great. Please log in there. And the activity basically is just to create a lecture, audio, video, PowerPoint document, or PDF, um, and then post it in your Moodle classroom, a discussion forum, assignment, and a quiz. Sa email po, you can your email address in the that you registered in Model. Okay, I will check. Um, can wala. Wait lang po ha. I need a list of those who did not get anything. I will, so that I can create. Wait lang po. Search. Okay. So, okay. So, yung mga wala, you can just go here. Wait. I'll post examinations here. So please go to this website if you did not receive any email. And then log in. And then create the forgotten username or password. Then type in the email address here that you used to register to our model classroom. Ito na lang, just go here. and then type in the email address that you used to register in our model classroom. Punta lang po kayo dito sa ano, error sending password. What? Why is it? Maybe. Not registered yung email address nung iba. Okay. I'm sorry. Wait ha. So, hindi po pala lahat naka-register dun sa model. I see. Kaya wala kung hindi naka-register sa model. I need you to sign up here na lang. Gawa na lang ako ng medyo mabagal na yung internet. Wait lang po. Examinations.site. Sino na lang po? Parang medyo madaming lalagin ko muna ha. Check ko kung sino yung mga naka-register. Hala. Stop share muna. It's okay po yung hindi maka-follow. Ipopost na lang po dun sa model classroom yung yung activities and more details. And that will be asynchronous, so we don't need so kahit po hindi tayo sabay-sabay na online, okay lang. Okay. Teka lang po. Share virtual classroom. So, kasi kahapon, I created so many virtual classrooms for like 1,000 something virtual classrooms for all the participants in model. So, sino po yan? Tatry ko po ha. Punong Bayan. Ayan, ito po oh. Na-send po yung email dito sa email address na to. Doon po kay J. Punong Bayan. Tapos kay Kristen. Check nyo po yung emails nyo. Ayan po. Na-send rin po dito sa email address na to. Ito po, sino po siya? Ano, unti-unti lang po. Ay, wag na nga. Hindi ko na i-share screen pala. Dapat kitang lahat. Wait lang po ulit. Cop. Ito po. Pa-type naman po dito sa email dito. Kasi po pag dito sa chat nawawala po. Nawawala eh. Pa-input na lang po dun sa Google Docs na yan, yung email address nyo. Ito po. Yung iba wala pa talaga. Shaira, paano pala yung mga hindi pa registered sa model? Kasi yung activities nandun, required sila na mag-register doon later on. Tama ba?
Yes, open for self-enrollment.
I
May
see.
mga nag-reg.
I see, I see. So, hindi talaga lahat naka-register doon sa ano.
Ma'am, naka-register din po ako dun sa site. Wala din po ako na-receive na email.
Wala ka ring na-receive na email. I-search mo ano mo.
Paano po kayo, ma'am, nag-email kahapon? Through model mailer po ba?
Hindi model mailer. I-search mo dun sa inbox mo na galing kay riamayhb@gmail.com. Pero yung iba meron, tama ba?
Parang yung nasa site po kanina, 10 yung naka-receive. Yung, pero di pa ako sure.
I see. Okay. Wait. Ikaw, Shira, registered ka rin, pero wala kang nare-receive. Sige, tingnan ko kung ni-register ba kita. Parang tinanggal ko yata lahat ng UPOU eh. Okay. Pasensya na po ha, medyo madami lang po, but I will be checking. Yung Alright. Siguro kasi masyadong maraming emails. Baka yung iba hindi naka-receive. Hold on lang po. Okay, sige po. Ang gagawin, thanks po dun sa sa nag-help out na yung mga naka-receive. Tapos yung iba po talaga, baka nga po hindi po talaga naka-receive yung iba. I think baka masyadong maraming emails na send out tapos may limit. So I will be sending this again. I-resend ko na lang po ulit para po mahanap nyo. Uulitin ko na lang po in bulk kasi masyado pong marami kung iisa-isahin ko. Pero ang idea lang po for our activities, ibabalik ko na lang po muna dito sa ating din po sa model natin, we will be having activities katulad po yes, this will be as an assignment. Gusto ko lang sana ngayong session na to ay ma-check natin kung naka-access nga tayo, but looks like there are indeed problems. I will be fixing that. And we have to collaborate dun sa model. Wait lang po ha. Yung ibang hindi enrolled sa model, you have to enroll. Shira, pa-announce na lang paano mag-enroll later on. Yung iba yata
Yes,
hindi pa nag-enroll. So, wait ha? Ano ba to? Balik ko lang muna dito sa activities natin. Na ito yung assignment na dapat gawin natin later on dun sa model. And so I hope lahat po tayo mag-access sa model para magawa natin tong activities na to. More details will be there. Gagawa po tayo ng lecture. Pwede po kayong gumawa ng video lecture gamit yung Zoom or podcast or PowerPoint or ebook gamit yung Kotobi na ilalagay ko rin po sa model yung mga tutorials on how you could do this. Tapos add discussion forums dun sa online classroom nyo and create assignment and quiz. So, yun po. Yes, pwede po ang OBS. Yes, pwede po. Definitely kung ano po yung other tools na comfortable kayong gamitin. Yan. Yes, any lesson or subject po. Part lang po ito nung class natin, nung gearing for the next normal na entire class. Kaya po tayo may activities para po dun sa gustong mag-practice or kung meron na po kayong existing, i-upload nyo na lang po. Ayun. For Moodle, meron lang po kung bago po tayo matapos, meron lang po akong, sasagutin ko lang po to. Difference between Moodle and LMS. Moodle is a learning management system. So, same lang sila. Yes, yung virtual classroom po ay teacher account. Yun. Meron medyo bumabagal yung aking computer. Magko-close lang po ako Stop muna. Oh no, my internet connection is unstable. Versus. Wait lang. Okay. Meron lang po akong gustong i-demo kung hindi nyo pa po ito natry for Moodle quizzes. Pwede nyo po itong i-try dun sa virtual classroom if naka-login na kayo. I will resend all the emails later para dun sa mga hindi nakatanggap. Pero make sure lang po na registered kayo sa model kasi dun ko lang po i-resend dun sa mga nandun na email addresses. Share. Here. Actually, kapag po nakapasok kayo dun sa Moodle site, dun sa examinations.site, ganito lang po yung, hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-login ng as guest. Okay. So, ganito lang po yung nakikita natin pag naka-login na tayo dun sa examinations.site. It's basically a Moodle classroom that you can try to explore na makakapag-add tayo ng activity or resource. And for example, if I want to add a quiz, I can add a proctored quiz. So, kung gusto ko pong mag-add ng proctored quiz ay yung settings sa Moodle ay ganyan, and then I will set extra restrictions on attempts. And magkakaroon tayo ng webcam identity verification. So, pwede po yun gawin sa quizzes sa Moodle. Medyo madami po siyang options. So, testing lang natin how a quiz with webcam identity validation works in Moodle. Then, mag-add tayo ng question. Add a new question. True or false na lang. Learning. True. Okay. So, meron na akong isang question dito sa proctored quiz. Now, if I were a student, pag i-attempt ko tong quiz na to, merong ganito. Now, this exam, it will tell you that this exam requires webcam and validation process. You must allow webcam and check whether the webcam, yeah. Okay, so your webcam will take some random pictures during the quiz. I agree. And then I will allow it. So habang nagko-quiz po yung student, dito nakikita yung webcam, medyo patagalin natin para may chance na ma-take yung photo ko kahit isa lang naman yung question. Alright. Yes, ito po ay embedded sa Moodle. It's part of Moodle. You just have to install yung Moodle proctoring plugin so that you can use it in your Moodle installation. Yes, free po ito sa Moodle. Free naman po yung Moodle. Okay, sasagutin ko na. Through finish attempt. Then submit all and finish. Okay. Now, as a teacher, merong review option. Finish review. Live. So, meron siyang proctoring report. But walang image. Meron bang images na na-save? Parang wala. Yan. May captured photos during the quiz. So you can add this as an additional, you can use this for those of you who are using Moodle as their LMS. You can use this as an additional layer of security for your online quizzes. Mobile app, hindi pa po. Sa ano pa lang, sa desktop app pa lang. If the student decline, I don't know, but let's see. What if the student declined na? Don't allow. Nope, hindi po pwede. Kasi required daw yung webcam validation process. So, the student really needs to allow the webcam. Otherwise, hindi siya makakapag-quiz. Okay, ngayon po, I think that's all I will discuss. Yun lang po yung i-discuss ko. Review from, ulitin ko lang po. So, ang mga na-discuss natin today ay about technologies for preparing, conducting lectures and discussions, quizzes and assignments, and learning management systems. What I have to do on my side is to send the, yes, don't worry about the activity. I will resend the emails and put the instructions in our model. Nandun na lang po sa model yung instructions natin kasi baka mayroong mga hindi nakarinig kanina. So I will just put the detailed instructions in our model website. Yun lang po for now. If you have other questions, or concerns, sige, try ko pong mag-backread dun sa mga kanina. By group po ba yung mga ibang activities? Individual po sana to kasi we need to practice the skills if necessary. Yes, you have a teacher account on the virtual classroom. I just have to resend you the emails. First, kailangan nyo pong mag-register sa model na course site. And then I will again send. Okay, gawin ko na siya. Now. Yes, I agree. Proctored quiz cannot be possible to all students because connection is really a problem. The camera will increase the speed or Wi-Fi data. And also, it will also take up space in your learning management system. So kung sobrang dami po nating students, mapupuno po yung storage ng learning management system natin kung palagi tayong nagpapa-quiz. Kaya po, if you have LMS, just How can you mean sa model? How to enroll sa model, Shaira? Can we post the instructions on how to enroll sa model now? Or do you have a screen for that? Okay. No, hindi na po kailangan ng Moodle app. Online na lang. As in, kailangan nyo lang po mag-visit. So first, you have to register. Teka lang. Saan ba yun? Okay, ito po yung model natin. And then, you have to log in. Paano? This is the classroom. Ayan. Great. So, dun po sa Module 7, I will post all the instructions, tutorials, para magawa natin yung activity natin. Dun po tayo next dito tayo sa Module 7. So, after this session, I will post all the instructions here. Yes po, dun po sa hindi pa makalogin sa examination site, I have to resend the emails, and I will be doing it from now. Yeah. Meron pa po ba tayong tanong na hindi related dun sa activity? Kasi po, magiging madali yung activity kung asynchronous na lang natin titingnan. So kung hindi po related, yung ipopost ko na lang po dun sa model, yung details ng activity, para po mas maging organized. Pero kung meron pong ibang questions na hindi related dun sa activity na kailangan po kasi ng time for medyo troubleshooting po yung or kailangan mong i-register ulit or i-test yung mga accounts. So, baka po sayang yung time ng iba. Wala na po akong i-discuss na lectures. I will be working on posting the details of the activity. Kung meron po kayong ibang questions na hindi related, I can answer pa po. Thank you so much. Yes, Moodle is cheaper than Canvas. Yung po, nasagot. Free po kasi yung Moodle. Ang kailangan lang po natin ay hosting. Yes, sa module na lang. Shared folders and assignments. I just use it as submission bin. So if I ask my students to submit, to upload their work in a shared folder. So ganun ko po siya ginagamit. Walang. Shared folders don't work sa assessment. Assessment will be manual. So, bale yung shared folders ay for submission lang talaga. I hope to see you po dun sa classroom natin sa model. So we can keep our interactions there. Yes, try lang po ng try. Salamat po sa mga nakinig. At huwag po tayo, kaya tulad po ng sinabi ko kanina, kailangan po natin ng patience in using these technologies. I'm very thankful na lahat nga po tayo kaya nating mag-Zoom right now. And I'm sure na mas marami pa tayong kayang ibang gawin. Shared folder, parang Dropbox or Google Drive, ganun po yung ibig kong sabihin. Tapos po, yung mga technologies naman, madami pong similar na tools na ginagamit. Katulad ng Zoom, for example, pareho lang naman siya ng Google Meet at saka ng Skype or Messenger. Meron lang silang mga slight differences. Pero in general, pareho lang naman sila ng ginagawa. And kung halimbawa yung model and Canvas, they're also very similar na learning management system. So when you're proficient in one, magiging madali lang rin po na gamitin yung the other. Depende po sa universities natin kung ano yung ginagamit. Yung Moodle po, kaya po doon ako gumawa ng classroom for everyone is because it's free and it's open source, so kailangan ko lang ng server, and I have a trial server that's good for 1 month, so enough po siya for our class. And I can create as many classrooms as I want so that you can try. Unlike po sa Canvas, you have to subscribe pa rin po doon. I think yung iba, ang problem ay hindi po makalogin sa model.upou. Tama po ba? Ayun, so kailangan ko lang pong i-resend yung emails. Thank you po I'll see you po lahat sa model. Please wait po for the instructions. Sorry po for the delay. Thank you.